Let's do this. How are y'all doing tonight? We are doing a quick brush session here. How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Let me know where y'all at. Let me know where y'all at. My ninja wavers, how y'all doing? We're just gonna do a quick brush session. We're gonna do hard, medium, hard. Start off with the hard, medium, soft. Oh yeah, you know it. Gotta have the plastic bag here. Some oil. First, we're gonna comb out the waves as well. Of course, you gotta have your mirror and your do-rag. Let's hop into it. What's going on? How y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Grab your brushes. Let's get it. All right, on rag here. If y'all know me, y'all know I'm a fan of the wave caps. Wave caps really lay down the hair. They really lay down the hair. All right, let's do this. All right, so of course you guys can see my waves are not that defined. So anytime your waves are kind of curled up, you definitely want to comb them out, lift them up. You definitely want to lift them up. That's how you're gonna get them. That's how you're gonna get them very defined. So let's start. You can also comb against the grain as well if you like. I know y'all peep the new mirror here. I know y'all peep it. Let me know what pattern y'all rocking. Gotta comb out the crown as well. Let's see, we got some comments coming in. I don't know what you're talking about. What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing? Pocket ran through. It's crazy. Who is this on here? Oh, we got a roaster. Let's see. What pattern y'all rocking today? Turn the fan on too. That's another thing. If y'all ever get hot, you can always turn the fan on. Always turn it on. Let's take a look here. Yep. We ain't doing no negativity on here. Yep. We're gonna keep it positive. Keep it positive. All right. Cool. All right, now another thing. Once you guys are done combing with the grain, you can't comb against the grain and then put the oil in, or you could just leave it as is and just put the oil in this way. Actually, I think we're gonna do. Let's see. Do I want to comb? Let's see. Got some water here. We adding some carrot oil. It doesn't have to be this specific oil. It could be tea tree oil, olive oil, moisturizer, pomade, butter. It doesn't matter. Let it drip a little bit. You gotta get some in the crown too.
Battery low.
Oh, not battery low. Shoot, hold on. Let me go and get this charger in. Alright, we're gonna always start off with the crown. We're using a hard brush. Hard brush.
Battery low.
Yeah. Still charging.
I was born for it, I was made for it. Working before I was paid for it. Ain't no finish line, I'm trying to race to it. I'ma run this shit after the tape torn. Can't be easing up, I keep the speed. I need that paper busting out the read. I don't just love you, nigga, I'm a fiend. That's why I'm never running out of steam. We got on the pastor, but I'm a heathen. I got that good beat, so believe me, we ain't just in the league. We the leads and pushing it to the siege. Every read, your pedal to flow. Mentally clear that they out of the know. I got the temperature sweltering, never so effortless. Referencing what's in the toe. Don't mention my feelings and this to the go. Traumatized through all the years. Still I rise from hard to kill. Before they lay me down the hill. I pray the Lord my sights reveal. All enemies in sight. He holds true words that God forgives. Close your eyes and guard your ears. Close your eyes and guard your. On the way to get a plate, I had to elevate and clear the slate. Before I could ever make them on the way. It was some different routes I had to take. I'm at a different height and they could feel it. Been cruising at 30K, the view was great. I'm trying to take this shit up through the ceiling. No limit on anything I never take. Cause I'm in demand this shit. I stuck to the plan, it's clear. Yeah, I got a brand to build. Applying pressure with no plans to chill. For me in that prime time, this is special. I'm keeping the schedule filled. No time for the extra at all. I I got it unlocked and concealed. I ain't trying to play, I'm in the field all day. I hit the top speed, still pushing it, that's how it is all day. You know I had a shot, but I took it cause I know the winds won't wait. That's just a risk I take, that's just a risk I take. When I lose, my eyes are even, there's a risk to all achievement. I'd rather live a lesson than die regretful. I earn this level, I burn my devils and turn this fate to my side. Put in the prep for the moment to rise, and I ain't planning to let up, I'm like a collectible, only get better with time. Every day is new prime, it's rated, I sharpen the mind. Play with these blades, go life on the line. Top of the morning, you know I'ma shine, you know I'ma shine. I'm feeling revived, refinery, you know I get through the fight. Promise the victory right in my hand. Literally, it gon' take more than they got to get rid of me. I ain't trying to play, I'm in the field all day. I hit the top speed, still pushing it, that's how it is all day. Didn't know I had a shot, but I took it cause I know the winds won't wait. That's just a risk I take, that's just a risk I take.
It's perfectly normal too if you need to take a rest. Hard brush is finished. We're done. Now you don't have to do this, but I just like patting it down with my hands just to keep it as late as possible. But now, how are y'all doing? What patterns are y'all rocking out there? I want to know what patterns are out there. Or if you don't have a pattern, if you're not a waver, tell me which pattern looks intriguing the most to you. Alright. So you guys can already see just with the hard brush, my waves are kind of already laid. We haven't even used the medium or the soft yet. So we're gonna close that crown here. Alright, so next. Switching to the medium brush. Let's get it. Actually, let me get a drink of water first. Hold on. Hold on before we get started. No. Appreciate you, Stank Nasty. Thank you. What wave pattern are you rocking? Now, for those of y'all who are new to the wave game, the reason why you want a hard, medium, and soft brush, especially if you're woofing, is so each brush can hit each layer of hair. So the hard brush is meant to really penetrate and get closer to the scalp, so the lower levels of hair closer to your scalp. The medium brush is going to hit the layers in between the scalp and the top layer, and then the soft is to lay everything down at the top layer. All right, this is how you get depth in your waves. All right, if some of you guys are struggling with having waves look very defined, it might be because you're only using one type of brush instead of three. So keep that in mind. Now, also the other thing is if your hair is not long enough to use a hard brush, like a hard brush actually it hurts your scalp, then don't use a hard brush. Just use the hardest that you can do, then a soft. You always want to finish it off with a soft. What's going on, K-Dub? Good to see you. Good to see you hopping on the live. Thank you for your consistent support. I see your comments on a lot of my videos. Shout out to you. How you doing today, man? Good, good. What pattern are you rocking? What pattern you got? Make sure you definitely pay attention to your brush angles. Okay, a swirl hybrid. Nice, nice. That's pretty cool because it means it's definitely unique to you. As for your crown being offset, don't worry about that. my crown is offset. I don't know if you can tell, but like if I look, I think if I'm looking like straight up, it's a little bit more offset to the right. I don't know if the live's gonna mirror it, but yeah, having an offset crown, I honestly argue that it's pretty normal. There's a lot of wavers I know that have offset crowns, but yeah, okay, a swirl hybrid, nice, nice. That's actually one of the harder patterns too, because it's kind of like how do you make it look like a beehive on the outside and a swirl on the crown? It's kind of a difficult pattern. Yeah, we gotta get wavy this summer, y'all. We gotta step out to the pool, to the beaches, with our waves popping out, you know? So this is a new technique I've been trying, brushing vertically for my entire wave pattern, just to try and get out any stubborn forks. Alright, cool. So that's it for the medium brush. Oh, whoops, let me pause it. Alright, medium brush is down. So we did the hard, did the medium. Just laying it down with my hands again. No, I agree, K-Dub, for real. Like I normally used to use Torino Pro brushes. Those are good too. I've never had any problem with those. I used to use Torino Pro and the Royalty brand brushes. Those are good. It's just once those brushes broke and I had to get new ones. I wasn't trying to wait for them to get in, so I just went to my local beauty supply store and like that's where I got all three of these brushes from. These are kind of like the brushes you be seeing Bow Wow's face on. Yeah, these brushes they get the job done for real. But I don't have anything against Torino Pro. Like those brushes are pretty good as well. I just had to get brushes like ASAP. I wasn't trying to wait for it to come in the mail. I think the royal brushes are good too for like enhancing your crown. Oh yeah, we keeping these waves laid. Nah, for real. And the thing is, I have Amazon Prime, so it's like it won't be too long. But you know, when you gotta get your brushing in. You may have an event you're going to that day. It's like I'm not trying to wait when I have a store with brushes right down the street, you know. So, all right. Final brush. We hitting it with a soft. Let's get it.
I was born for it, I was made for it. Working before I was paid for it. Ain't no finish line, I'm trying to race to it. I'ma run this shit after the tape on it. Can't be easy enough, I keep the speed. I need that paper busting out the weed. I don't just love a nigga, I'm a fiend. That's why I'm never running out of steam. And yeah, I'm the pastor, but I'm a heathen. I gotta get it beat. So bereavement, we ain't just in the league. We the leads and pushing it till we see every region, pedal the flow. Melody killer, the head of the note. I got the temperature sweltering, never so effortless. Reference and what's in the toe. Don't mention my niggas and next to the push. Traumatized through all the years. Still I rise, I'm hard to kill. Before they lay me down the hill, I pray the Lord my sights reveal. All enemies in sight, he holds true the words that God forgives. Close your eyes and guard your ears. Close your eyes and guard your ears. On the way to get a plate, I had to elevate and clear the slate. Before I could ever make them on the way, it was some different routes I had to take. I'm at a different height and they could feel it. Been cruising at 30K, the view was great. I'm trying to take the shit up through the ceiling. No limit on anything I never take. Cause cause I'm in demand this year. I stuck to the plan, it's clear. Yeah, I got a brand to build, applying pressure with no plans to chill. Put me in prime time, this is special, I'm keeping the schedule filled. No time for the extra at all, I got it unlocked and concealed. I ain't trying to play, I'm in the field all day. I hit the top speed, still pushing it, that's how it is all day. They know I had a shot, but I took it cause I know the wins won't wait. That's just a risk I take, that's just a risk I take. When I lose, my odds are even, there's a risk to all achievement. I'd rather live a lesson than die regretful.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Get that comb out. Get that comb out. Yes, sir. How long you been in the wave game, K-Dub? Like, how many years you been waving?
I ain't trying to play, I'm in the field all day. I hit the top speed, still pushing it, that's how it is all day. You know I had a shot, but I took it cause I know the wins won't wait. That's just a risk I take, that's just a risk I take.
Let's see what other music we got. We'll try this one. We'll try this one. Okay, 2021, nice, nice. Okay, so a few years under your belt. That's what's up. Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I feel like most people who have waves when they first start, it's just, it's just to get the waves in there, but they don't really start taking it seriously until months later or the year after. I was the same way. I just brushed my hair, didn't really care what the angles looked like, just as long as I had waves in them, But I want to say 2018 is when I started really wanting to develop an established pattern. I'll say that. See, that's when all the blind brushing stops. Oh yeah, absolutely. You got a comb too. Got to, because that's what combing helps with depth, definition, and your connections. Just keep in mind that just like with brushing, combing, you also have to be aware of like how you comb at certain angles. But I'm at the stage now where I'm actually have to comb. I'm gonna have to actually start shifting some of my waves to break some of these stubborn forks. But right now I'm trying just vertical brushing my entire pattern for a few weeks. See if that changes anything. And then for the forks that still stay, I'm gonna start shifting a little bit. But oh yeah, that comb is definitely slept on. It's definitely slept on. I think the confusion is a lot of wavers. They're like, well, the purpose of waves is to keep my hair laid down, so why would I comb? But combing is simply just to detangle your hair. For those of you who don't know, it's kind of like a reset, especially if you're out here woofing.
Plata, plata. Cash, cash, cash. Get money, get money. Spam, bam, spam, bam. She wanna flick for the gram. Plus, her baby sabe who I am, so she wanna do it all on cam. Like, hold up, sabe how to hold up, pull up. Soon as we done, I'ma roll up. Fall on some better, pull up. Papi te paga los bills, pero quiero todo lo tuyo. Prefieres hacerlo conmigo que siempre lo hacemos bien duro. I bought a Benz, straight from the trap. I don't like paying no taxes. I don't need friends, solo la mami, papi te enseño what racks. Me and my chick, we got a chick. Yeah, we treat her like a pet. She keep it G, she keep it tranqui, but she be down with the set. Ay, me and my chick, we got a chick. Yeah, we treat her like a pet. Ay, EBK, if you wanted to wait, you in the field with a vet. Ay, spam, bam, she wanna flick for the gram. Plus, her baby sabe who I am, so she wanna do it all on cam. Like, hold up, sabe how to hold up, pull up. Soon as we done, I'ma roll up. Fall on some better, pull up. Ay, spam, bam, she wanna flick for the gram. Plus, her baby sabe who I am, so she wanna do it all on cam. Like, hold up, sabe how to hold up, pull up. Soon as we done, I'ma roll up. Fall on some better, pull up. Bend you Mbappe, reach como Mbappe, I can never let her stop me. In the backseat, I'm with your chick. I love it when she be on top of me.
Yeah, I like to always finish this side off. Again, even though I already tackled it once, it's because this is one of my weaker areas. So I try and get in like a nice little second mini session with it. Nice, nice. Nice, that's what's up. Were you nervous when you first started cutting your hair? He's number 3 guard. Go back in the wall. That's what's up. Yeah, same. Yeah. My left side is definitely my strong side. It's the right one that's like, it needs some more work. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, everyone's has their own wave journey. You know, you can have waves and it's a good pattern, but you know, I don't have flawless waves yet, but I will. You just gotta mess around with it, shift your waves around, see what fixes forks and what doesn't. Yeah. But yeah, if you're using a number 3 guard, that must mean your hair type is more so like on the wavy straight side rather than really curly, huh? I've been cutting for a few years here, a few years now. Yeah, nice, nice. Yeah, I feel like once the pandemic happened in 2020, that's when a lot of people started learning how to cut their hair. That's actually when I started. It was back in 2020, and I actually prefer cutting my own hair. You know, it's predictable. I know my pattern. No one else knows my pattern like I do. But unless it's like for special occasions, like you know, like a special date night, wedding, anniversaries, whatever, then of course I'll definitely go to a barber for that, or for professional photos. Then yeah, absolutely. But just for the average haircut, yeah, I do pretty decent haircut lineup. Let's see. Mikkel Levi said, "How you start?" Is that to? Are you asking me that, or are you asking K Dub that, Mikkel? Okay, gotcha. That's good that you know what guard works for you, because I feel like a lot of waivers, they hear people say cut to a 1.5. Well, 1.5 may be too low for everybody. Like I started off with a 1.5, but now if I cut to a 1.5, I may lose a little bit of definition. So, you know, So yeah, like for me, I cut my hair with a 2, and that gets the job done. All right, me. So how you start? I'm presuming you're asking how to start getting waves, or how did I start this session? I'll answer both of them. So getting waves, really, honestly, all you need is some brushes, some type of product, a mirror so you can see the back of your head, so you can see what angles you're brushing at, and then you just need a do-rag or a wave cap. I like to use both, but yeah, but for this session, I started off combing my hair, combing with the grain, so combing in the direction of my hair growth, just to lift the hair up, detangle it, and then I start off, or then I put some carrot oil in there just to make my hair move a lot easier, add some shine, and moisturize my scalp. And I hit my hair with a hard brush, a medium brush, and a soft brush. So now I'm about to go get some product for my crown area. Actually, give me one moment. I'll be right back. All right. But yeah, hopefully that answered your question. If not, just put another comment in there and I can clarify anything that you need. Now, another thing that can really help your crown develop is using some sort of product, like a pomade, and putting the pomade or product on your actual crown, like on the actual crown, right? So for this, I'm using 26 King Wavy's pomade here. But it could be 360 wave sporting pomade, 360 style, it doesn't matter. And you just need a dime size amount. Now, I'm gonna do another round of plastic bag just to keep my hair laid while I lay down my crown. And it doesn't matter what plastic bag it is either. It could be a Ziploc bag, a sandwich bag. It's just a typical plastic bag I got this from like Dollar Tree or something. So what if you don't have any money? So I would try and see if you have a brush at all, like any type of brush. Palm brush, rectangular brush, any brush that you have will get the job done. If you don't have any money, I would at least try and, if you have a job, then of course you could use that money to purchase the products. But I would try and get money however you can Whether you have to sell something, or like I said, get a job or cut someone's grass, something, or just ask to borrow some money if it really comes down to it, or if you live with your relatives, something like that. Just enough to get the bare essentials. You don't need a whole lot of money for waves. You really, honestly, the bare minimum, if you were balling on a budget, all you really need is a brush and a do-rag, really, to get waves. But you want a product as well. So that way it actually makes your waves shinier and it lays down the hair. Now, like I said, you also want a handheld mirror too. But if you are brushing, let's say y'all are my bathroom mirror, you could also use your phone as a mirror. If you don't have the money to buy a mirror, you can use your phone. So that's one thing that you don't have to worry about. So then the only thing you need is a brush. And a do-rag to lay down your hair. You could probably use some other material to lay down your hair if you want, but it's not going to, of course, give you the same effect. So yeah, I would do whatever you can to try and at least get enough money for a brush and a do-rag at the bare minimum, and some type of product if you can. I hope that answered your question. Once in 2020 during the Sean Swabby. I cut my own hair once in 2020 during the pandemic. How did that go? How was that? Did it come out better than you expected or worse than you expected? K-Dub, I used a cold label pomade. It works good for my hair type. I heard that 26 King Wavy is good too. Okay, yeah. I've seen cold label. I've never tried it just because, like for me, the 360, was it? The Sporting, not the Sporting, 360 style, the blue pomade. I've always used that. That's always worked. But also recently, I've been switching more so to oils for my waves. You can see like my waves are pretty shiny. That's because oils do that. I'll just use a pomade for if I'm heavy woofing, which I haven't been doing in a while because I'm trying to focus on breaking forks. So I'll keep my hair cut a little bit low so it's easier to shift the forks around. But I will use pomade for my crown. But yeah, that's good though. Cold level pomade. I've heard some good things about it. But yeah, 26 King Wavy. Of course, you might have seen like the ads all on Facebook about him. So I was like, I'm definitely gonna have to try it out. Cool. All right, use the cold. Let's see. What about using a towel? A towel to lay down your hair? You could, but it's probably, I'm gonna be honest, it's probably gonna frizz your hair up. Like the only way you could possibly use anything else other than a do-rag is you may be able to try and use like a very small like pillowcase or like if you have some type of stocking type cap, you can use that. Just keep in mind that let's say you have like a good amount of hair on your head, like it's going to frizz your hair up. You know, for the most part, it'll lay your hair down, but it's going to be frizzy. I mean, it's better that it's protected than not. You know, something's better than nothing. But just keep that in mind. Unless you just got a fresh cut, and you got like a cut to like a 1.5, something like that, your hair's not really gonna like frizz up that much because you don't have a lot of hair in your head. So in that case, you could use maybe a towel, but you know, just keep that in mind. But or honestly, if your birthday's coming up, another way, if your birthday's about to come up, you can ask someone to buy you a brush, do-rag, and hook you up. That's a way you don't have to pay for it. Mirror products. You know, of course, Christmas is at the end of the year, but that's another way. Or like I said, if you have a job, you can use that money to get it. So those are different avenues, different ways, for sure. Yeah, of course, no problem, no problem. All right, we just laying the waves down. All right. All right, so now we're about to apply some product to our crown area. Now, the reason why I say you want to use a pomade for your crown area is because typically the crown, um, after you've gotten a couple of cuts, usually you're going to keep your crown area thicker. Now, the crown area naturally is going to be thinner than the rest of your wave pattern. But once you start getting your hair cut and you start telling your barber to cut your crown at a higher length to compensate for it being naturally thinner, so that way you can have waves developing your crown, then you're gonna want to use a pomade because, like I said, you're intentionally keeping your crown area thicker, right? And pomade was gonna really help lay down your crown. You only need like a dime size amount. All right, so we're gonna do this now. All right, so you see my crown area is right here, and what you're gonna do, you can just kind of tap it, distribute it all throughout your crown area, just like that. And now we're about to brush it in. Like I said, you can use a pomade for the rest of your wave pattern. My hair just does a lot better with oils. It's better for my scalp and it's better for my wave appearance. But for my crown, I will use a pomade because it's thicker than the rest of my pattern. Now, this bad boy is underrated. All right, this is how I swirl my crown. It's just called a crown brush. You can look it up on Google, YouTube, Amazon. All right, you're just gonna place it there. You're just gonna twist it. All right, and the brushing is complete. All right. All right. I'm gonna do one more round. Plastic bag. Try to make sure when you use a plastic bag, if it has like some letters or design on it, don't make sure that that's on the other side. Like that's not coming in contact with your hair, because some of this will start to rub off, and you don't want to risk it getting in your hair. What's the best pattern in your opinion? Now, honestly, I'm a 540 waver, so I personally like the 540 pattern. Um, that's my favorite. Because it's a swirl. It looks like a hurricane. I personally like that pattern. But if I was gonna have to choose another one, I would definitely say probably. I think I would probably say like the 360 Beehive, being one of the best because it's a lot less complicated. Most people, even though a lot of people, like 95% of the population's hair has some type of whirl like pattern, For waivers, brushing a beehive is easy since you're just brushing linear in regards to the crown. So next to 540, I would actually say the 360 beehive. It's an easier pattern. It looks pretty nice. Your crown, it's easier to kind of work off your crown, and you don't have to worry about how heavy you're swirling your waves, because that is another factor. If you're going to have a swirl pattern, you have to keep in mind the angles that you're swirling, if that makes sense. It's just another variable, because if you swirl too hard, you may have a 720 instead of your desired 540, and likewise. So you just want to keep that in mind. But yeah, I'm a 540 waiver for sure. I definitely love the 540, but 360 beehive, I'd say is like the next best thing. If you can pull off a 360 swirl, that is like, or a 360 swirl hive, that's like the best of both worlds. It's a swirl in the crown and a beehive on the outside. To me, honestly, that's probably like the most impressive pattern to pull off. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like you have two in one. So, but yeah, if you're just starting out getting waves, if you can pull off the swirl, go for it. But I believe a beehive is easier to pull off as long as you can fix those fork areas. Let's see what happens to the music. What's going on with the music now? Come on. I guess that'll work. Yeah. Now I will say another benefit to having a swirl though is if you do have a lot of forks or a good amount of forks, but your swirl is clearly there, people can clearly tell it's a swirl. With a beehive, you can have a beehive pattern and still people see, but it's kind of like a beehive has to have like very small amounts of forks for it to really grab people's eyes. But yeah, either or works though. Whatever. I have some friends that have some really nice beehives. I have one of my guys I bowl with. He's a beehiver. So yeah, but pretty much it's really subjective, honestly. All right, this is the finishing result. All right, cool. It is time to rag up. I love how I said this would be a quick brush session, and we're going on 57 minutes, 56 minutes. That's all right though, we just chilling. Now you don't have to use a wave cap. I like using wave caps just because I want my waves really compressed. But if you find that a wave cap is too much or it hurts your head or something, then just use a do-rag. That's fine. Yeah. Do y'all have any last questions for me? Let's see. I'll leave the floor open for the next 4 minutes. We'll take the next 4 minutes for any questions. Any questions you all have? Any struggle points? Any tips that you've tried that have worked? Say bring him on live. Oh, my buddy who I bowl with, he's at work right now, so he can't. But I'm definitely gonna look into that though. We've actually already kind of been talking about getting him on one of these lives. I think that would be pretty cool because I'm a 540 swirler, but some of y'all may be beehivers, so he could talk about it from that standpoint. So yeah, I'll definitely get him on live in future events for sure. I just gotta get his schedule. It kind of fluctuates. But yeah. Are you a beehiver, Mikkel? I'll stay on for a couple more minutes for any more questions. Any other questions? Make sure y'all stay hydrated too. I'm brushing. It's the time of the year. It's starting to get hot. You can easily start sweating when you're brushing. You want to stay hydrated so you're not frizzing up your hair. Also, hydration is good for your scalp and for your hair strands in general anyway. So be sure to stay up on the water, especially with this incoming heat. But if you guys like this live, be sure to like it, thumbs up it. It helps the algorithm, helps push this out to more waivers who need that motivation, who want to brush, get into their brush session. So be sure to like this video, like this live. Okay, gotcha. Well, yeah, so that's why I recommend, Mikkel, just whatever you can get, try and get a brush, try and get a do-rag, get the bare minimum. Those are the bare minimum things that you need, just a brush and something to compress your hair. You know, you can use your phone for your mirror, so you don't have to buy a mirror until you get, you know, get enough for that. But, yeah, and if you're able to get your hands on some type of product, pomade, then, yeah. And definitely, yeah, good point. Definitely get your hair cut. For sure. You can get waves if your hair is grown out. It's just harder because your hair, your natural hair has already grown, right? So the easiest way to get waves is to cut your hair low. You can either cut bald like I did, so that way you're really getting down to the foundation, or you can cut it down to a 1.5. If you don't know what that means, that just pretty much just is representative of the guard number, not the length of your hair, just the guard number. So like a 1.5 may be it may be like 3 centimeters, something like that. I just threw that number out there. But yeah, you'll just go to a barber, or if you know someone who cuts your hair, to say, hey, I want a 1.5 with the grain cut, or you can just tell them, hey, I want to go bald. Either or, it doesn't matter. But yeah, that'll be the first step. And then, like I said, just get that brush, get that do-rag, and go to work. And then whenever you can buy a mirror and start buying products to help enhance your waves. So yeah, but you're definitely gonna handle it. I believe in you. You got it. You guys, be sure to thumbs up this live. And for those of you who need step-by-step guidance on how to get waves and you want weekly objectives, be sure to check out my brand new ebook that I just launched. It will be in the link of my YouTube profile. So when you go to my YouTube page or my YouTube channel, you'll see some links in my bio. Extend those links. You'll see a link to the Ninja Flex store. You'll see links to my ebook. Be sure to check out that ebook. It's only for $14.99, and you get access to weekly step-by-step guidance that's going to help you get waves in 7 weeks. It's also going to have frequently asked questions, and you have convenient access to all that information in just one document. So be sure to check it out if that's what you need, all right? All right, but you guys, thank you guys so much for your support, and I will see you guys in the next live. Salute to my wave troops. I'm out.